Y'all know what it is already, right? It's your boy Quest, and this is your marriage moment. Let's go. What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Marriage Moments. It's your boy Quest, and for those of you who are watching for the very first time, it's your boy Quest. Man, special thank you goes out to everybody who's been watching us on the YouTube channel, those of us who have been supporting us on IG, and those of us who've been supporting us on Facebook. We cannot do what we do without your support. So please, if you feel that this video or the videos that we've been creating can help someone, please do me a favor, like, share, comment in the section below, subscribe, all of those things so that we can bring you content just like this in the near future. Also, if you are a married couple and you want to become of the brand new, right, all exclusive greenhouse community, right, stop by my website, jquestgreen.com, and go down to the coaching community. I am not only a professional marriage coach, but I also hold a community as well where we create that environment that is crucial in making sure that all marriages stay on track, stay together, and work through the difficulties of your marriage, right? Big shots out goes to the Sierras last night for being with us on The Good, the Bad, the Sexy, our co-host. Big shots out goes to my lovely bride, Faith, as well for, I'm talking about I think one of the best conversations that we had last night as it relates to difficulties in marriage, right? Being in this COVID-19 kind of quarantine situation puts us in a position sometimes that can really be challenging as married couples. And so what I want to do this week is provide you with some information that'll allow us to navigate through, right? One of the things that we discussed last night is how sometimes adverse situations take place and we automatically react without even thinking it through. I'm gonna say it one more time. Sometimes adverse situations take place in our marriage relationship as we are in this quarantine situation, right? Because really and truly, we're spending a lot more time together, right? We're in each other's faces a lot more. And so the little things can really tick us off and we don't even think about it. We just kind of react. Man, shouts out to my man Bizzle, because what his latest joint out, Who's the Man, really captures that whole react without thinking, right? And so one of the things that I love about the video, number one, the song is banging. So if you ever get an opportunity, go by YouTube, search Bizzle, Who's the Man. I'm telling you, fire joint, fire video, right? But in the video, what happens is he and his wife and his kids are driving down the road, right? And as they're driving down the road, right, there's a guy that he might have swerved over and he swerved back into his lane. He was trying to apologize, but as he was trying to apologize and just raise his hand to say, I'm sorry, the dude rolls by and shoots him the bird. Oh, man. And not only did he shoot him the bird, he went around the car, got in front of his car, slowed down, and continued to shoot him the bird, right? Now, that kind of caused him to get angry to the extent where he wasn't even thinking about the response. He was about to go get that thing and handle some business, but his wife, who was sitting on the passenger side, allowed him to slow down and think just a little bit. But he was so angry and enraged that he continued to like shake her off, and she finally got him to calm down. And my question is, what caused him to react and not even think about it, right? Shouts out to my man Preach, because last week we were having a discussion about stories, thoughts, and programs. I'm gonna say it one more time. Stories, thoughts, and programs. And what we were talking about is how sometimes in the marriage relationship, when things pop off, we respond, right? And we're not even thinking. Just think about the time that you learned how to drive, right? Right? Think about that time where you learned how to drive. And when you were driving, right, your instructor said, I want you to change lanes. And you're consciously thinking about, turning your head and looking, putting your indicator on, consciously making, the decision to slowly go into the other lane and keep driving. Now, after driving for so many years, it's unconscious now. You could have a full-on conversation in the car and immediately you just, you know what I'm saying? When traumas happen in relationship, either from our past or our present, we kind of consciously think about those traumas, right? And we start telling ourselves a story as it relates to that, right? And that story turns into a thought. that thought now becomes a program, and that program dictates to us what our responses are going to be now as it relates to any trigger, even remotely close to the thing that caused that trauma, to the point where you ain't even thinking about it no more. You just respond. And here's the funny thing. It will do that even if the story is not true. I'm talking about the story that we tell ourselves according to that trauma, right? Sometimes the story may not even be true, but it becomes true because you tell it to yourself over and over again, right? And sometimes it creates anxiety inside, and it's anxiety over something that hasn't even happened. So I'm asking you, when the adversities happen in your relationship, what is the story that you're telling yourself that is creating the thought, that is putting together the program that controls your actions and behaviors as it relates to your response to that trigger or whatever that thing is? What is the story that you're telling yourself? And what we found out is that if we could just pause for a minute and challenge the story and ask questions like, why am I angry? Why am I feeling so anxious? Why am I feeling so heavily depressed? Why am I, like, a lot of the times we can challenge that thought, tear that story down, recreate the story, right? Which will change your thoughts, which will change your behaviors, and ultimately change your response to whatever the trigger was, right? Just think about the next time your wife or your husband does something to make you angry, right? Or they say something that rubs you the wrong way. Are you going to think about what's being said? Because sometimes because they say something doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie. Sometimes we may be angry because they're telling the truth. We just don't like the package that it came in, right? So do me a favor. I know we spent a little bit of time on this today, but do me a favor. I want you in this COVID-19 quarantine era that we are in, as we are spending more time together in our closed spaces, right? Do me a favor. Anytime an adverse situation happens, I want you to challenge the story. First, I want you to ask yourself, what is the story that you're telling yourself? And if the story is not true, then we need to do away with that story. We need to recreate that story, because here's the funny thing. If you don't change the story, then it will continue to control your thoughts, that will continue to form the program, that will continue to dictate to you what your behavior and your responses and actions will be, right? And here's the funny thing. You keep doing that over and over again, even though you want a different result. And we already know what that is. That's insanity. So do me a favor, y'all. Challenge the story. And if you have to, change the story, right? Because if you don't change the story, you'll keep experiencing what you're experiencing over and over again. It's your boy Quest saying, from shaky to good, from good to great. Ultimately, what we want is phenomenal. But phenomenal don't just happen. It takes work. So let's do that. Work. Because if you're not working on your marriage, then my friends, what are you doing? It's your boy Quest. We're going to enjoy this weather out here, man. Peace. What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest, man. Listen, I am a firm believer in marriages winning. That's right, including yours. So if you know somebody that might be able to use this information, or you might be able to use this information, subscribe, comment in the section below, like, and like I said, share with someone else. All right? If you want to reach me on social media, yeah, my Instagram link is over to the left. All right? Peace.